So last night in our live, someone posed the question about whether or not we think that the cruise industry is in a bubble, and if it is, when that might burst. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that today. And also, we have just recorded the largest travel day in history when it comes to flights. So I want to let you know about that and some things that I think will be helpful for you to keep in mind if you are going to fly, whether it is to go on a cruise or for anything else. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday, it is June 25th of 2024, and let's start at the very top talking about the cruise industry, some things that we're seeing and what I think we're going to see more of. Let me start off by saying last night in our video, our live, I talked about some of the things about the cruise industry being in a bubble or not, and I'm not going to repeat all that here. So go catch that video and comment so that I can see what you think as well. But today I wanted to let you know, I'm going to start off by saying I don't think that the cruise industry is in a bubble. I don't think that we're going to go along and suddenly see prices drop and demand drop. I just don't see that in the forecast. And there are a few reasons for that. But as I was looking at different financial journals today, and I often look at a lot of financial publications, some things really stood out to me. And one of the things is that Carnival Corporation has just reported their second quarter earnings and where they stand, and they are saying that their second quarter of 2024 has outperformed expectations. They're way ahead of where they were in 2023. It says the second quarter net income improved by nearly $500 million compared to 2023. They have record second quarter operating income. They have record booking levels. They are doing excellent. And so that's Carnival Corporation, not just Carnival Cruise Line. That's all of Carnival Corporation. So that covers all of their brands sailing not only here in North America, but also in Europe. And so clearly the future is bright. Carnival Corp itself is the largest cruise corporation in the world. When you just look at passenger cruise lines and look at that capacity only. And so for them to be doing this well, I think says an awful lot. When you look at where the cruise industry sits with where the whole travel and leisure industry is going, they are excellently situated. People used to focus on their tangibles. They wanted to acquire things and just have things. That has shifted a lot, that people want experiences. They want to be able to travel, to see things, to do things on board a ship that we didn't used to think of doing. Think of all the, the swimming pools they've got now, the unique neighborhoods that, are available for the different experiences that you want to have on different ships. There is so much to experience on a cruise ship. It really goes to head with some of the all-inclusive resorts, with hotels, with beach locations almost in what they offer. And so truly, I don't think that there is a bubble here. I think that a lot of people are discovering what cruising is. The cruise lines are evolving and turning their product into something that appeals to people who never would have wanted to go on a cruise before. So I think that the future for cruising is very bright. Another thing that really stands out to me is I've been telling you a lot about Viking, how I want to get on Viking soon. I was looking at things for Viking Cruise Line, and if you don't know, they recently went public with their stock. They went public at $24 a share. They are now, when I looked just a few minutes ago before I did my video, they're sitting at $30.96. And interestingly enough, when you read how that cruise line is written up about, it's considered an experiential travel company. That's how people look at Viking Cruise Lines, an experiential travel company. So it's not just focusing on the cruising, it's focusing on the experience that goes with it. So when you think of traveling, kind of thinking of cruising as a lot more experience than we used to think about it. I feel like a lot of people used to look at it more as just selling boat rides, that you would get on a boat, you would go to this destination, that destination, get back on, eat your dinner, get off the next day, and it has really changed an awful lot. So I don't see the cruise industry as in a bubble, and I don't think it's going to burst. first. I think that where we're going from here is just up. And, you think of that, what is that movie that I always think of? They say roads, where we're going, there are no roads, something like that. Oh, Back to the Future. So I think that we're just going to be going forward with that. So, tell me what you think in the comments, and tell me what cruise experience you are looking forward to trying. Whether you've got a cruise book to do it or not, let me know what you are really looking forward to trying, even if you never get the chance. Tell me what you hope to do. Now, just on Sunday, so the day that Gordon and I were traveling back from Heathrow to Salt Lake, that happened to be the day that set the record of the most flight passengers traveled since we've been keeping records about it. The TSA logged security scans on 2.99 million travel passengers that day. That is unbelievable. It's a whole new record, and the last record was set on May 24th. And so you can see that we are really ramping up, and they are expecting the July 4th weekend to be even busier than that with a whole new record. There are a few things that come to my mind when I hear numbers like this. I think we all need to be prepared. Not only do we need to be prepared to go and have a wonderful flight and get where we're going, but we also need to be very well prepared if we have any delays at all. Now, one thing I want you to make a habit is to keep an eye on your flights. I know that a lot of us have the habit, and I would be included with that, in just relying on the app to notify me, or to get, a text or an email from the airline if anything changes. But sometimes you need to stay up to date because those don't come through. So when you book your flights, make sure that you do put your phone number and your email address in the information so that if they need to get a hold of you, they can. But in the meantime, keep an eye on your flight times in the app that goes with the airline that you're using, so that you can be up to date to any changes that take place, whether your flight's delayed, whether they're moved up a little bit. One time Gordon and I were flying out and our flight was moved up like a half an hour, so we were tearing down the airport to get there to it. So keep an eye whether things are moved up or back. Make sure that when you go to the airport, don't pack in your checked luggage, don't pack your charging cords. Make sure that you have those with you so that if you do have a delay, you can keep your devices working. You're not just sitting there with your phone out of power, okay? And then two other things I think that we often think of, but I think they bear repeating, is to make sure that you keep your medication with you. Don't put those in your checked luggage, and make sure that if you're someone that you have a special diet, that you can't buy your lunch or dinner or a snack at the airport, make sure that you have the food with you that you require so that you'll be okay if you're at the airport longer than you expect. I think it would be really fun for those of you to put in the comments what else you pack, what you do to plan so that things go well when you're going to the airport. And do add in extra time. I think that is the number one thing. Add extra time when you're going to the airport, because the lines are longer. Your security lines are going to be longer, and lines to check in are going to be longer. So just make sure you have extra time so that you're not in a rush. So thanks for joining me here today. I'll look forward to seeing you all here again tomorrow, and I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.